Welcome to Caravel Academy for this evening's softball game between the home team Buccaneers with a record of 2-0 and the visiting DMA Seahawks who come in at 1-1 right here on 302 Sports. These two teams are perennial playoff teams as the Hawks under head coach Roman Allen have qualified for the state tournament every year since 2015. And what else can you say about Randy Johnson and Caravel? They've won more state championships than any program, 14, including 4 straight coming into this season. Let me bring in my broadcast partner, Shannon Timmons. It's been a while, girlfriend, but here we are back again for another season of high school softball.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a great night here tonight. And if we're looking at the Seahawks, again, you said it, 2 perennial teams that we typically see make a run into the tournament. No surprise under either of these coaches. The Seahawks, with Roman Allen, he's got a lot of experience getting his teams where they need to be. And while it's early in the season here tonight, I think this serves to be a great matchup and should be an exciting night. He has Emily Shinkowski on the rubber as a senior tonight. We're going to see her on the mound. And he has really got an older lineup as we look through the lineup. He's got several juniors and seniors, 4 seniors, 3 juniors. She threw a game the other day against Delmar and pitched pretty well. 11 strikeouts, gave up 6 hits, and they did lose that game to Delmar, but she threw pretty well, and Delmar just took advantage of, some situational softball and came out with a win there. But definitely look for her in the circle to lead her team as a senior.
All right, that's a little bit about DMA. Who are the players to watch for Coach Randy Johnson and the Buccaneers?
And on the opposite side, with the Buccaneers, they are quite young this year. And we joke about this every year. Randy just sort of reloads his roster. But they are fairly young. We see Peyton Rice as a senior, one of the only 3 seniors. She's a first baseman. Peyton Lawston played a little bit of outfield for them last year, and we see her as the starting pitcher tonight. Zeta Rock will be her counterpart behind the plate as another senior. So that's really, the upperclassmen there for him going to lead the way. Those are the 3 seniors to take a look at. And then we've seen some familiar faces. Kaylee Aerosmith did a lot of pitching last year in tandem with Casey Zanitis, who graduated, and Kaylee just a freshman. We lose track of them a little bit when they play in 8th grade in some of these schools. So I was surprised. I was like, is she a sophomore? But only a freshman. So, she's in the DP spot tonight, so we may see her. But there are definitely some new names and faces on this Caravel roster. We'll have to see how they flesh in with the upperclassmen and how they fare. They're 2-0 so far. They've played Elkton and Conwell Egan and are off to a great start. But certainly some younger players on that Buccaneers roster.
Against Conwell Egan, Randy Johnson went the whole game with the young Aerosmith pitcher, and he had a lot of nice things to say about her. He says she's getting into a groove right now. She's working with some older former pitchers here at Caravel, and he really likes where she is. But typically, and Randy's done this in the past, he likes 2 different pitchers rotating in a game.
Absolutely, and I think most schools are fortunate to have 1 pitcher, really fortunate if you have 2. Most of the time in softball, we see 1 pitcher who can throw. We've seen it at Sussex Central all these years with Madge Layfield,
right.
That throw 1 pitcher most of the time. And I think gone are those days, Glenn. A lot of these schools now have 2 or 3 that they'll throw in tandem and make every other game, every other start, depending on their roster, and just kind of decrease the workload. And that allows them to get a little bit of rest and go a little further in the season. We have seen that out of the Caravel roster the past couple of seasons, and so we'll see how that plays out for them.
All right, the DMA players being announced to the crowd here that must be a little bit late arriving for this tentative 6 o'clock start with first pitch. So DMA starting lineup, the center fielder, Gracie Goad will lead off, followed by the shortstop, Abby Rydell. Then Shinkowski, the pitcher, in the 3-hole. The catcher, Alicia Moran, cleanup. Left fielder, Kayla Spence, bats 5th. Batting 6th, the right fielder, Ellie Montgomery, followed by the second baseman, Lexi Miller, first baseman, Bella Roberts, and then the third baseman, Grace Mirando. For the Caravel Buccaneers, Leah Richardson, the shortstop, will lead off, followed by third baseman, Katie Benan. Zeta Rock, the catcher, hits 3rd. Kenzie Hunter at second base, bats cleanup. And left field, Abby Russell will hit 5th. Batting 6th at first base, Peyton Rice. Then the pitcher, Peyton Lawston, followed by Gabby Barron, and right field, Aerosmith will be the DP. So she will bat for the flex player, Mendez, who will man center field. Those are the starting lineups for the game. Sorry I didn't put the pitcher Lawston in on our defensive chart, but who knows, that might change after a few innings, knowing Coach Johnson.
Never can tell. I know he's, in pregame we've seen some scrimmages. He's tried to get kids a chance to throw and give everybody a look and see what's going to get put together as a steady roster every day, game in, game out. He usually does field quite a large roster compared to some other schools. And I think we're going to step away just for a second for the playing of our national anthem.
Yep. We can't hear it right now, but... All right, both teams have retreated to their respective dugouts. We'll soon have Caravel take the field, and then we'll have the start of our first high school softball broadcast of the season. Wanted to give you just a quick update. We do have one final from earlier today, and let's run down our softball rankings top 10. We have Caravel ranked number 1. They're 2-0. Lake Forest at 2-0, ranked second. They're playing Seaford today, and of course they have Cara Sumter in the circle for them. Abbey March pitches for Cape Henlopen. They're at Caesarati tomorrow. That was a change in the schedule, and the Viking are 3-0. Sussex Central, we have fourth. They're 2-0. They're playing Polytech today. Tamara Hall, the freshman, is the pitcher for Coach Wells down there at the Golden Knights, and we'll get an update on that one for you. Ranked number 5, we have Smyrna. They're at Milford today. Alexis Dennis, and they beat St. Mark's 21-5 on Saturday. Appoquinimink with a 2-0 record. We have them ranked 6th. They're playing Christiana today. Ayla McCatherine is in the circle for them most of the time. Number 7, Polytech, 2-0. They're playing Central today, as we already mentioned. They have a couple of freshmen that alternate in the circle with Courtney Brown and Madison Frazier. Number 8, we have Indian River at 2-0. They're playing Sussex Academy today. Number 9, Laurel, 1-1 mark. They're playing ECHS today, and they get a big one Thursday as they take on Sussex Central. And then Delmar will play Smyrna on Thursday. Delmar has been going mostly with Macy Rickards in the circle.
I have a current score off a Game Changer. Polytech leads Sussex Central 5-3. I'm trying to pull up. We're waiting on the internet around here. Trying to pull up what inning that's in.
Okay.
I don't have that right at the moment, but Polytech is up 5-3 over Central right now. And as we said just before the playing national anthem, you will see these rosters are very different sizes. Caravel's roster right around 29, but that includes both varsity and JV. And DMA travels here today with 14 on a roster, and I think they have 11 on their JV. So both strong programs, as we mentioned earlier, perennial favorites. Strong teams make it to the tournament every year, and we should be set for a really great matchup tonight.
Now, see, it's early in the season for me too, because normally, depending on where we are situated for our broadcast table, I would have that flip defensively so that we're looking outfield in.
It's okay. I think we've been at this long enough. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Might need the binoculars, so I'll get those out as well. And it looks like we're ready to go to start this game off. Once again, the center fielder Goad leading off against Loston.
All the way.
Swing and a miss.
Keep going.
Goad quickly in the hole 0-1.
Right there. Up.
Again, Peyton Loston spent some time playing left field for the Buccaneers last year and has moved into the circle to help with the pitching duties. Strike one.
That one's fouled out of play, so Goad now down 0-2. Riddell's on deck, the shortstop. Early in this high school season, we're going to try to bring you as many high school games as we can bring to you. Next Tuesday, we're going to have a good matchup down at Lake Forest, Polytech and the Spartans. Another foul.
Be a great game as Lake Forest has a lot of returners. We talked about just before we came on air, Kara Sumter throwing really well for them, and they were able to win the Henlopen Conference, beating Sussex Central last year at Lake Forest. It was a great game. They return a lot of their players.
Ground ball, left side, third base up with it.
Perfect.
Throws her out. Good play by Katie Penand.
Penand at third base, taking over the third base duties for none other than Haley Grigo.
Ooh, good player.
Great player.
Will Mew, right?
Yes. Yes, off to Will Mew.
One away, that'll bring up the shortstop, Abby Riddell.
That looks good.
Riddell. There's a shot up the middle and a base hit on the first pitch she sees. And that'll bring up the pitcher for the Seahawks, Shinkowski.
That was just a hit up the middle.
Emily, we're told by her mother, who we talked to before we went on the air, she's going to go to Eastern PA next year. That's located somewhere up near Villanova. First pitch is a called strike.
Loston being very efficient here early on, working around the strike zone. I'm sure coaching staff at Caravel happy to see that.
And she hasn't thrown a ball yet. And now she goes 0-2 on Shinkowski. Nice bright sunshine. Barely a cloud in the sky here, and the breeze not bad. There's a pop-up on the right side, foul territory. And the first baseman comes over to make the play. That's Peyton Rice for out number 2.
And I would suspect that, just as in years past, Zeta Rock behind the plate for Caravel is calling the game. She works very well with her pitching staff and is in there to make adjustments with the pitchers. So credit to her. A lot of people will give all the pitchers the credit. Catcher's back there on the other half of that little duo, making it happen.
Speaking of catcher, that's who bats now for DMA, Alicia Moran. She swung at the first pitch, so she's in the hole 0-1. And, yeah, very efficient inning so far for Loston. She has not thrown a ball out of the zone.
Shortstop? Oh, yeah.
0-1 delivery. Fouled back and out of play.
Yeah, I see.
Riddell at first base. She's singled on a line drive up the middle.
Homecoming or something.
Payoff pitch ready to come in from Loston.
Fly ball, left side, coming in the left fielder. It drops. Is it fair? It's a fair ball. And all the way to third, a hustle play. And getting in there is Riddell. On a bloop single by Moran, and it's runners on the corners.
Good job.
Very smart base running by number 15, Abby Riddell.
You got more.
Take advantage of that time, the hang time of that ball.
That's good.
When it drops in, of course, with 2 outs, she's moving on contact.
And she just beat that throw. Now the left fielder, Kayla Spence. Will they send the runner on first? Foul ball. And it continues. The 6th batter in the order faced by Loston, and she has not thrown a ball yet. All strikes.
And there is not much more you can ask for from your pitcher,
No.
who was an outfielder.
Yeah.
She has not pitched here, I don't believe, in the 4 years that she's been here, or the 3 years prior to this one that she's been here.
There's the
Can't-
reverse.
can't-
Broadcaster's jinx. She throws a ball.
Can't ask for more than that. Sorry, Peyton.
Spence on 1-1 count. Looks like Romanella doesn't want to send the runner on first. There's a line drive. It's in the gap.
More, Chris.
There's a run in. They're waving the second runner home, and a 2-0 lead for DMA on a double by Spence.
Zoom in, go in.
So on the stand-up double by Spence, gets herself 2 RBIs.
And that brings up the second baseman, Lexi Miller, as we have a little meeting in the circle. And DMA third base coach and the head coach, Roman Allen, having a little talk with his batter.
So right now, Caravel just has to lessen the damage with 2 outs here, get themselves out of the inning.
That was the hardest hit ball of the inning right there by Spence. One hop the warning track. Just swing and a miss.
And this should be number 5, Ellie Montgomery.
It is, not Miller. I got ahead of myself.
Right fielder. I had to double check. You confused me for a minute.
Miller's on deck. And Montgomery takes low. That evens the count, a ball and a strike. And Caravel has a pitcher warming up down the bullpen. There's a pop-up in the infield on the right side. First baseman calls for it. Peyton Rice retires the side on that catch, but DMA strikes first with 2 runs. We'll go to the bottom of the first with the Seahawks leading 2-0. Ready to go here in the bottom of the second inning. Emily Shinkowski in the circle, pitching to Leah Richardson, the shortstop for Caravel. And she fouls the first pitch back. So we had an update on Polytech and Sussex Central. The Panthers with a 7-3 lead in the 6th. And earlier today, Delmar with a 4-0 win over Woodbridge. Ground ball, left side, third base up with it, throw across the diamond. And in time, good play by Grace Morando.
Looks like Frazier is pitching in that matchup against Polytech and Sussex Central. So Frazier pitching for Polytech right now.
Okay. And I would guess it's Tamora Hall, the freshman for Sussex Central.
I would assume so.
Yeah. Right, she's pitched so far that I saw. All right, brings up third baseman Katie Panan. liner caught by Shinkowski. 3 pitches and 2 outs. And now Zeta Rock, the catcher, maybe the leader of this offense coming into the season.
I would think so, and he's got an average of 333 right now, but I would imagine just from the experience standpoint, Zeta's going to have to take that role. She is headed to the University of Maryland to continue her softball career next year.
Good for her.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Playing in the Big Ten. Now, she has talent, there's no doubt. First pitch off speed, just missed for a ball. And I don't blame Shinkowski one bit for throwing off speed to Rock.
This is definitely a hitter you want to be careful with.
I think we've seen her put a few out of here. And she swung through that one. Nice setup pitch, that first pitch. Ball and a strike to Rock.
You know, and there's plenty of these stories out there, but we've done a lot of Caravel games, and credit to Zeta from coming back from injury and making her way back into the starting lineup as a catcher and moving on to play college ball.
Off speed again. That one missed low. 2 balls and a strike. Kenzie Hunter on deck. And as you mentioned, with 2 outs and nobody on base, it's a very, very smart thing to do to be careful here with Rock. That is got a call at the bottom of the zone there to even the count at 2-2. What do you think, Coach? Off speed again?
Well, definitely nothing that she can put in play. If off speed's your pitch to go to there, then sure, but
down in the dirt. Oh, she went up high. Count is full now on Zeta Rock. Shinkowski checks the dugout. Now looks at the wristband, has the call. Nope, there's a fly ball deep center, and that one is at the base of the fence. Rock headed to second. She'll make it easily, standing up with a full count double. And I tell you, the wind is blowing in a little bit, although the flagpole over here is kind of limp, but that might have held that up just a tad.
I'm sure we'll see a courtesy runner here. We'll get a number and a name for you on that. Pretty typical for a courtesy runner to come in for a
Number
catcher.
24. And that would be Mila McDonough, an 8th grader. And Randy told me, he said, you know, I've got some good 8th graders, I have some speed. I want to get them into the game. I'm going to use them mostly as runners. And that's what he does here. Here's the second baseman, Kenzie Hunter, 2-out runner at second.
Kenzie actually held down the shortstop position. She and Leah Richardson sort of flipped positions this year coming in. They were short and second respectively, and they have flip-flopped around a little bit. Coming into today, Mackenzie with a 200 batting average.
And they've only played the 2 games. They played Elkton. That was a pretty easy win, a 6-inning win, 12-2. And then they beat Como Egan Catholic 3-1. That missed low. Hunter ahead in the count. Ball, no strikes. If she reaches, Abby Russell, the left fielder, would be up next. Shinkowski ready in the circle. And just missed low. 2-0 count. Runner in scoring position. Caravel trying to get on the board here. Shinkowski ready. Called strike. Like Kenzie was taken all the way. 2 balls and a strike to Hunter.
So after these first 2 hitters in the lineup, these guys have been a little bit more patient.
Yeah. And that missed. Oh, that's a strike call at the bottom of the zone. Again, we're out in left field.
That's
so
the second time we've seen that strike come in that really low border of the zone.
So a 2-2 count on Hunter. Shinkowski is set. Ground ball, defensive swing, goes to short, throw to first, and she's safe.
And beat it out.
Well, he must have called her out. I was looking at the base coach. He he threw out the safe signal. So that will complete one inning of play. No runs that inning for Caravel. We're through the first inning, 2-0 DMA on top here on 302 Sports.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Ready to go to start the top of the second inning with DMA on top by a score of 2-0. And leading off, we'll have the bottom of the order. It'll be the second baseman, Miller, followed by the first baseman, Roberts, and then the third baseman, Miranda. Lexi Miller is a senior. One of, I think you said 4 seniors on this
Yes.
roster for Coach Roman Allen. She's in the hole 0-1.
And again, really effective work by Peyton Lawston in the circle for Caravel. She's been ahead of every single batter she's faced tonight. They just haven't been able to finish it all off.
Yeah.
But certainly a good sign.
You're correct, because we mentioned it in the first inning. She had gone 4, almost 5 batters without throwing one out of the zone. Now she's only thrown 3 out of the zone so far.
Yeah, so if you're looking at strike-to-ball ratios, she's doing a great job. She had a couple little bloopers, find some holes, and defense has to play behind her, but she is certainly doing her job in the circle for them tonight.
She's ahead in the count here to Miller, a ball and 2 strikes. She fouls that one off. Once again, just a little program note for you. Shannon and I will be bringing you a Henlopen Conference matchup next Tuesday. That's April 8th. We'll be at Lake Forest for the Spartans hosting the Polytech Panthers. Looking forward to that one. And 2 teams we have ranked in the top 10.
Should be a great matchup.
We have Lake at number 2, Polytech at number 7. They're both undefeated, and last we heard, Polytech had a late lead over Sussex Central, 7-3.
That game is in the top of the 7th, still sitting 7-3, as Lawston gets a strikeout.
Yep, first one of the game. That'll bring up the first baseman. Slap hitter, Bella Roberts. And I'm sorry I missed your update. What was that? Was that final?
7-3, top of 7.
Top of 7, okay. First pitch, not a pitch, is missing there for a ball.
Central has made a pitching change to Michaela Eikenberry.
You mean, okay.
I think her name's Michaela. It says
Okay.
Eikenberry. If I remember correctly, it's Michaela.
I think you're right.
Going off memory, so if not,
Yep.
I apologize.
The first batter in the lineup now that Lawston has fallen behind, 2-0 on Roberts. Off speed, and it's 3-0.
A little difficult to throw to a lefty sometimes. Most of these hitters have been right-handed.
That's right.
Coming through this DMA lineup. I think she's the first lefty.
Yep.
It's where it's really good to hone in with your catcher and just look at the glove.
And a 4-pitch walk. First walk of the game. Puts Roberts at first for the bottom of the order, the third baseman, Grace Miranda. As we mentioned, DMA comes in with a 1-1 mark. Their last game out, they fell to number 10 ranked Delmar 4-0, and they beat MOT Charter 11-0. I believe MOT Charter's in the same conference, the Diamond State.
I believe you're right.
Miranda takes a high pitch, so she's ahead in the count, a ball and no strikes.
And from our vantage point, it's obviously hard to tell how much that ball's moving in and out, but Lawson seems to be working the zone high-low as a north-south pitcher. That is certainly harder for batters to adjust to than a ball that's going to curve or break in and out. You know, screwball, curveball, breaks in and out, stays on plane with the bat. The high-low is definitely harder to adjust to, so that may, you know, be relatable to some of her success here early on.
That missed 2-1 count on Miranda. Yeah, if you have a pitcher that not only can move it in and out, but if they have a good rise ball and a drop ball, they're just dangerous.
Yeah, it's harder for batters to adjust to the level, and for their eyes to adjust. Is the ball rising? Is the ball dropping?
Another called strike. That evens a count of 2-2. So Lawson has battled back here.
Unless you are my, you know, favorite Tennessee Vols with Carlin Pickens throwing 78 miles an hour. Then it doesn't matter where it goes.
Okay.
Yes, Nick, they did lose the other day. Thank you for reminding me. They won the series though, 2-1.
Yeah, I watched the game. Of course
But thank you for reminding me. Appreciate that.
Well, we had another foul ball there, so the count holds 2-2 with Roberts at first, one out here in the top of the second. Top of the order on deck, the center fielder Goat. She grounded out her only appearance to start the game. Lawson gets the call from the dugout and gets the heel on the rubber. And that one's fouled back and out of play. Looks like DMA has some of the baseball team out here supporting them. Lined up down the right field line along the fence.
You know, that's one thing it's nice about Caravel here. It's a great venue, supports a lot of fans. You always get a good turnout here.
Yeah, and we're centrally located, so the baseball field is to our left, and you have the football field, the lacrosse, soccer, and usually there's more than one event going on here. Swing and a miss up at the top of the zone, and a full count strikeout, second one of the game for Lawson, and that'll bring up the top of the order and go with 2 outs. Looked like she had some movement on that one.
Yeah, great for Lawson. You know, like I said, she's thrown a lot of strikes tonight. Pick up 2 strikeouts in this inning. A little confidence builder for her. Lead off here in Gracie Goad. Was a ground out to the third baseman, Penand.
Popped that one up. Is it going to stay in play? No, it just hit the top of the dugout. So Roberts retreats back to first. She reached on a walk. And Aerosmith no longer warming up. She's the other young pitcher for Coach Johnson. She went the distance in that win last time out. Catcher dropped the ball, but no advancement.
Even up the count at 1-1.
Now the DMA batters being a little more patient now.
And early in the season, you know, we as coaches always like our hitters to be patient. We figure, honestly, the pitchers have the advantage. They've been inside pitching all winter. You know, the batters are at a disadvantage right now. I always loved my kids to see as many pitches as you possibly could this time of year. Number one, you know, help get information for your team. If you could see 4, 5, 6 pitches, what do they throw? Is that information you can take back to your team, whether you're on base with a hit or whether you strike out? It's still gaining information at this point of the season.
1-2 pitch, just missed high and outside, 2-2. You know, another thing might be a little difficult at this point in the evening is that sun shining right in and from left center field.
It is tough, right in your batter's face.
All right, 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss.
Nice pitch.
And she strikes out the side, and that will end the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second with the home team Caravel Buccaneers trailing DMA by a score of 2-0.
I chose GVC because it has a great international program. It is very cheap for America. I love the facilities, I love the campus, and I love the people here.
Hola, mi nombre es Angélica Febre, soy de Puerto Rico y escogí GVC por la comunidad y para jugar voleibol.
I chose GVC because it was an affordable option to pursue a business career and play baseball.
Blind shot.
All right.
Oh, what a catch. Are we back?
We're back.
Oh, our cameraman Chris Hollywood Widener got that one on film. Great catch by the center fielder, Gracie Goad. And that robs a hit from Abby Russell.
It was a nice shot from Russell. Nice little diving, sliding, I should say. Catch from the center fielder.
That's how we start the bottom of the second inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Peyton Rice, the first baseman. Speed pitch is in there for a called strike.
Nice job, Chris. That was good.
You know, Nick and I did a college softball game at Goldie Beacom on Sunday. It was like mid-70s. Of course, we couldn't have those temperatures here, but it's still comfortable out here. Ball and a strike on Abby Russell. On Peyton Rice with Peyton Lawston. Got a couple of Peytons here back-to-back in the order on deck. About backing out of play, a ball and 2 strikes.
I had some coaching friends complaining about the weather not being quite as warm as they would like this time of year, and I said, listen, the sun is shining,
Right.
You're going to have green grass under your feet, and you're on a field. Stop complaining.
Yeah, really. I mean, look, I remember spring ball being in the 40s and 30s.
It's easy for me to say now that I'm not standing on a field freezing every day.
Hey,
Gotcha.
We've been in the gym for a long time, so I'll take it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Get
Now
out in the
listen,
fresh air, it's good for you.
when we go down to Cape Henlopen, and it can be 50 degrees,
Pack
but
a
30
parka.
mile an hour winds.
Listen, coldest 5 years I've ever coached in my whole career is on that field.
Oh,
Pack a parka.
swing and a miss. And there's another strikeout. That's actually
the
the first
first.
one for Shinkowski. And a quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. It brings up her counterpart, pitcher Peyton Lawston.
The difference in temperature between eastern Sussex County and western Sussex County. Crazy.
Well, you're on the ocean.
Like 20-degree temperature drop.
I can
Because
attest
you
to that.
travel 15 miles. It's crazy.
I got a brief story about that after this pitch, swing and a miss. we did a game, I think you and I did a game, it was last year. I left Smyrna, and it was 70 degrees.
Yes.
I got down there to Cape Henlopen, and I wish I had packed more clothes. Unbelievable.
Yeah, wind down there.
0-1 delivery. It missed a bit high. Ball and a strike on Loston. Shinkowski trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss. So took a little something off of that one. Neither pitcher able to record a strikeout in the first inning. But Loston got 3 in the top of the second. Shinkowski has one here in the bottom. Try to get her to chase outside. Count runs 2-2. Got a lot of twos up there on the board. Deuces are wild. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Second inning. Ground ball, hot shot
Nice
down the
shot.
third base line. That's fair. And they're going to hold her to a single. That's a good job by the left fielder to run that one down, Caleb Spence. Second hit of the game for the Buccaneers. And both of them with 2 outs.
It's a nice at-bat by Peyton Loston, but, you know, really impressed by Shinkowski, too. She's moving the ball around the zone. We're seeing some of that up and down movement, just like with Loston, but I also see her catcher fading outside, so I'm going to guess a curveball, and sometimes it drops a little bit, so she's not a pitcher that I know well, just because we see the downstate teams so often
Right.
to kind of know her pitching repertoire, but she's got some movement on the ball, and Caravel just has to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't think we've done a DMA game for a couple of years.
No, we haven't. I was able to see her pitch at Smyrna last year, just, you know, as a spectator, just for
Right.
fun. But I don't know a whole lot about her. I do like the composure of both of these pitchers. They just seem to go to work, working effectively with their catchers.
Shinkowski gets Gabby Barron, the right fielder, to swing and miss on the first offering. And that one catches the outside part of the
And
plate.
again,
so,
that looks
yeah.
like a curveball to me. So it is hard from where we're sitting, but an effective pitch for sure.
Barron in the hole, 0-2.
Gabby's older sister Katrina played here. She was
Yeah.
one of the seniors that graduated last year.
Tried to get her to chase that outside pitch. Nothing doing there by Gabby, so 1-2.
And smart move. Try to expand the strike zone, especially if you've got them looking.
Hmm.
See if you can expand it out there, and if they'll chase it. Kind of like a little fishing expedition.
Swing and a miss. And that will end the second inning. A couple of strikeouts in this inning for Shinkowski. No runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on. We're through 2. It's 2-0 DMA here on 302 Sports.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy.
But have you tried Premier?
Getting ready to start the top of the third inning here at Caravel Academy. DMA on top 2-0. They scored twice in the first inning. And batting for them here in the top of the third, the shortstop, Riddle, Shinkowski, the pitcher, and Moran, the catcher. And 2 of those 3 players had hits back in the opening inning, and both scored.
And, we've talked efficiency of pitching. Pitchers are my people. I can geek out on the pitching. But, it's an important part of our game, right?
Big time.
Big time. And when you have them, it's great. And when you don't, it's a tough road. So, Shinkowski, 2 hits tonight and 2 walks. Picked up her strikeout. 2 strikeouts in that inning. Loston, who you see in the circle now, getting ready for Caravel, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 runs, 1 walk. Pretty good numbers early in the season, Glenn.
It certainly is. And we're feeling like, as she takes there, Riddle does, so that's 2-0. We get the feeling that Randy Johnson's probably going to bring Aerosmith in at some point in the game. He likes to go with the 2-pitcher outings. Although Aerosmith pitched the entire game in that win over Conwell Egan.
She did.
There's a called strike. 2-1 to Riddle.
And I think a lot of it just has to do also with how the game progresses,
Sure.
A lot of times you have a plan, but you got to see how things progress and how they do and how their defense plays behind them.
There's a line drive, and that's a hit up the middle. Second hit of the game for Riddle, and this time she opens up the frame with a single. Yeah, Randy was telling me, he said, Glenn, I usually like to change up the pitchers during the course of the game, but Aerosmith was in such a groove, I didn't want to take her out.
Mm-hmm.
That brings up the pitcher, Shinkowski. She popped up to first base. And that missed outside and a bit high. Moran is on deck. She had a single. Scored a run along with Riddle back in the opening inning. There's a fly ball left field. Tracing back, the left fielder, and Russell makes the catch. That brings up Moran, the catcher, 1 for 1, scored a run.
She had that ball that just was a little loop kind of pop up that just fell into
was left field, right? Yeah.
In the first inning.
Russell showing her a little bit of respect, playing about midway. Nice stop by the catcher. Zeta Rock there to not allow that runner to move up on what could have been a wild pitch. That one's fouled back. Evens the count of 1-1 on Moran. I want to give kudos. We said we'd do this to head coach Roman Allen and his assistant. That was Freeland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who used to pitch for DMA. They spelled names out phonetically for us. Just a great job. They're all about the broadcasters.
It is difficult sometimes.
Well, I never would have got Shinkowski after the way that name's spelled.
No, me neither. And I've heard it pronounced several different ways in her tenure at DMA. But yes, thank you to the coaching staff. We appreciate that in the broadcast booth because we certainly don't like to mispronounce the players' names.
Yeah.
And we know we have a lot of family members that watch, and we certainly try to get it right. We do the best we can when we can't catch up to coaches pregame, and they don't offer that. But
oh, she's gone on the pitch and safe under the slide, a stolen base for Riddle. Yeah, there's nothing worse than having a family member yelling at their TV because we're mispronouncing a name.
Yeah, so props to DMA, and if coaches are out there listening, phonetic spellings, please, for your players' names that might be difficult to say.
Well,
we would appreciate that.
I thought it was interesting because Nick Halliday, our producer, and there's a foul ball, he's familiar with the family. He played ball and big ball with her dad, and he didn't know how to pronounce the name. Known him for all these years. He's over there laughing. 2-2 count on Moran.
1 out, runner at second.
Ground ball to third. Nice job holding the runner and a good scoop over at first by Peyton Rice.
What a play by Katie Penand at third. Just gave that runner a nice check to hold her. And again, the scoop from Peyton Rice at first base. Nice play all the way around.
Yeah, it sure was. So 2 outs. Riddle still at second. That brings up the left fielder, Spence. Now, she doubled and had both RBIs in the first inning. This time, center field respecting her a little bit more. That pitch
Runner's
down to
gonna
low.
go.
Yeah, no throw. So now Riddle at third base with 2 outs. And a 1-0 count on Spence. Lost it on the rubber, ready to go. Got that one called strike at the bottom of the zone.
And he certainly does like that low strike tonight. We've seen several of those called. Players have all watched that strike go by.
Ground ball up the middle. Good grab by second. Quick throw to first. Oh, she couldn't hold on. And I think it hit her. So the run scores.
And I think she lost it in the sun.
Yeah, that sun that we were talking about, the glare on the batter, but also on the first baseman, taking a throw from second.
The sun is right in the first baseman's eyes in this time of night here at the field. It was a great play by second baseman Kenzie Hunter, going deep in that hole right behind second base. And she got the throw off in time, and I think Peyton Rice just lost it in the sun.
Yeah. It's tough to give an error there. I'm going to give her an infield single and an RBI.
So
and we hope that Peyton Rice is okay.
Yeah, that run scores, but I think it just popped her in the face. We did see her grab her face and run right off the field. I know the training staff's attending to her.
Yeah. And like I say, we hope she's okay. As DMA scored on the play, so they're now up 3-0 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Glenn Fraser alongside Shannon Timmons. Christopher Widener, we call him Hollywood, he's on camera, and producing Nick Halliday. Our first high school softball live stream of this 2025 season.
And coming in right now to replace Peyton Rice at first base is number 98, sophomore Taylor Myers.
Yes.
So play will continue, and if we get updates on the condition of Peyton Rice, we certainly will let you know. Hopefully she's okay.
All right, that'll bring up the right fielder for DMA, Ellie Montgomery. And she popped up to first baseman in her only at bat. Ground ball left side. Third up with it. Throw over to first. In time, they're out of the inning, but DMA gets another run. So we'll head to the bottom of the third. Keeping it right here, it's 3-0 in favor of DMA. Bottom of the third inning now. And up to bat for Caravel is the designated player, Aerosmith. And she fouls that one back and out of play. Her first at bat of the game. So again, if we hear anything from the dugout on Peyton Rice's condition, we'll let you know. Shinkowski ahead in the count. Off-speed pitch missed outside. Aerosmith will be followed by the top of the order, Leah Richardson.
And we do have an update. It looks like final score on the Polytech Sussex Central softball game is a win for Polytech, 10-4.
How about that?
As that last pitch to Aerosmith was a strike.
So that drops Sussex Central to 2-1 and improves Polytech's record to 3-0. Now one missed outside. 2-2 count on Aerosmith.
So the one location I have not seen from Shinkowski is an inside fastball. I haven't seen an inside screwball. Haven't seen anything really railed up on the inside.
Well, there's
Again,
a
hard
miss there.
to tell from our vantage point, but
Third strikeout of the night for Shinkowski, and that brings up Leah Richardson. She grounded out to third in the first inning. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Defense is set. Shinkowski on the rubber. Humpback liner right back to the pitcher. And there's a quick out. And that'll bring up Katie Panan, the third baseman.
always nice when you see a pitcher field their position. Not that she had much choice there.
Right.
Right? Line shot right back to you. But always nice when the pitchers are able to field their position.
She got to put out on Panan back in the first inning. Off-speed pitch. Missed across the plate. Ball, no strikes. As we're going to have that sun glare for probably at least another inning. Fouled straight back, a ball and a strike. Zeta Rock hoping to get the bat here with a runner on. Still has those shin guards on, just in case. Oh, hot shot right down the line. That's a fair ball. And there's a hit, so Rock will get the back. She has a two-out base runner at first, and a nice hit by Katie Panan.
Almost in the same spot that Lawston hit her single. Right down that left field line.
That's the third hit of the game for the Caravel Buccaneers, and that brings up Rock, who got the first hit back in the opening inning. She doubled to deep center. Let's see how careful Shinkowski is with her this time. She was really careful with her that opening at bat. Off-speed pitch. That just missed.
And I think it also comes down to how patient Zeta can be. Sometimes hitters just get a little too anxious.
Oh, and she goes down and fouls off that low off-speed pitch. So a ball and a strike on Rock. That missed outside. 2-1 count on the Caravel catcher. Emily Shinkowski on the rubber, ready to go with his 2-1 pitch. Off speed again, that missed.
Panan on first, getting quite a lead.
Last at bat, she went 3-2 on Rock, and Rock pops this one up high in the air, and that's taken care of by the right fielder, Bella Roberts, for the final out of this third inning. 3 innings in the books. It's 3-0 DMA here on 302 Sports.
I chose GVC because it has a great international program. It is very cheap for America. I love the facilities, I love the campus, and I love the people here.
Hola, mi nombre es Angélica Febre, soy de Puerto Rico y escogí GVC por la comunidad y para jugar voleibol.
I chose GBC because it was an affordable option to pursue a business career and play baseball.
All right, ready to go here in the top of the 4th inning. 3-0 DMA on top. I'm Glenn Fraser alongside Shannon Timmons. Nick Halliday producing, and on camera, Hollywood, Christopher Widener. And he told us this is his first ever camera job on a softball game. That's right. So, how's he doing there, producer? Okay. All right, here we go. Bottom of the order. Miller will lead it off. Ground ball, left side, and foul. Miller struck out looking, her first at bat.
It's a nice field to break a cameraman in on. It's easy. We sit up here on the hill.
And we've got a coach's timeout. Head coach Roman Allen going over to the dugout for DMA.
Checking with his bookkeeper, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Scorebook? I don't know.
And he hustles back to the third base coach's box.
At least he hustled back.
Yep. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Now, I don't know where that missed. From our vantage point, it looked
like a nice pitch.
Yeah. But where are we at here in left field? Miller ahead in the count, 2-0. There's a shot right at the shortstop, well positioned. Making the catch is Leah Richardson for out number 1. That'll bring up Roberts, the first baseman, who drew a walk. They're only at bat.
Because she's the only lefty in the lineup.
That's right. For either team so far. No.
No.
I think, was it Aerosmith a lefty? I can't remember now. I don't see anything going up on the scoreboard, so I'm not sure what that was.
No call from the umpire. I'm going to say ball 1.
Ground ball right up to the first baseman. Easy play. And there's out number 2. That's Taylor Myers, a sophomore, with the put out. Now the bottom of the order, third baseman, Mirando. She struck out in her only at bat. Boston trying to get her first 1-2-3 inning of the game. Good start, called strike. Actually faced 4 batters back in the second inning, gave up that walk.
And honestly, despite the score, I think Lawson's actually just gotten a little bit stronger as she's gone along tonight.
Foul ball, right side out of play, so she's ahead in the count here.
Meaning she's ahead with her counts. She's ahead of the batters. Her strike to ball ratio is very good, and she's seeing less batters per inning. So she's just kind of chugging along, kind of steady as she goes, and she's just sort of getting stronger as the game moves on. Just take the scoreboard away, obviously, but in the circle, if we just look at her performance, obviously the third run came in on that little freaky play with the throw and the sun glare and the injury to Peyton Rice. But all in all, great outing for Lawston.
I agree. Pop up, shallow right. Right fielder comes in with a running catch.
Great hustle by Gabby Barron.
And that will end the inning in a 1-2-3 inning. First one for Lawston. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th again with DMA on top by a score of 3-0. To the bottom of the 4th inning we go. Caravel looking to get on the board, trailing 3-0. Kenzie Hunter, the second baseman, leads off. She grounded out to short in her only at bat. Shinkowski missed low for a ball.
Kenzie had a great, what we would consider a quality at-bat in her first at-bat. She saw 6 pitches before that ground out to the shortstop. So again, we talk about just gaining information for your team, especially in that first inning. Great quality at-bat, despite the result.
Try to check her swing. It's going to be a called strike. 1-1 on Kenzie Hunter. Abby Russell on deck. And then Taylor Myers should be getting her first at-bat of the game after coming in for Peyton Rice. That's going to be taken on one hop at second in time. No!
And she is safe.
Beat it out.
She got some wheels.
So Hunter with the 4th hit of the game for Caravel, a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 4th. And what happened there was, it looked like the second baseman was so deep the ball wasn't hit hard.
Looked like she caught it just a little jammed up, caught it off the inside of the barrel. Kind of just popped it in play.
Yep. Here's Abby Russell, the left fielder, who on the first pitch he saw last inning lined a shot out to dead away center, and a great play was made out there by Gracie Goad.
That nice little sliding catch when she came in.
Does it again. This time the shortstop stabs it and doubles up at first. Double play, good play by Abby Riddle.
And that's just unfortunate for Caravel. Those plays happen just bang, bang, and not much you can do as a runner. That runner obviously thought that ball was going through the infield.
And Abby Russell, 2 good swings on the ball, just can't buy a break. So now 2 outs, bases are clean. That brings up Taylor Myers, her first at bat of the game.
I'm sure some conversations will be had about reading ball and reading ball down before you take off, but that's an instinct. You know, they see that ball hit hard and trying to obviously see if they could get something started for their offense. Just a tough break, but great play by the shortstop.
Yeah. 0-2 count now on Myers. And Shinkowski, I think, just kind of rearing back and getting a little extra on these last 2 pitches.
Well, and oddly enough, both pitchers could potentially be 1-2-3 in the 4th.
There you go. Check swing, she held up. Ball and 2 strikes on Myers. As we are halfway through regulation. Shinkowski's ready. Just missed outside. Good patience by Myers right there. Being in the hole 0-2 and then having the patience to take those last 2 pitches.
Payoff pitch here from Shinkowski.
Fouled back. Staying alive. Pitcher Peyton Loston would be on deck. Should Myers reach?
It's a great at bat for Taylor Myers coming in for the injured Peyton Rice. 5 pitch at bat so far.
Tried to check her swing.
Just couldn't hold back.
Nope. Off speed pitch got her.
Great pitch.
So just pitching to the minimum amount of batters here in the 4th inning. And Shinkowski gets out of this. Gives up another hit. So Caravel's had single hits in all 4 innings, but unable to get on the board. We're through 4. It's still 3-0 DMA.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance.
We're through 4, headed to the top of the 5th inning here. And for DMA, it'll be the top of the order with the center fielder Goad, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game against Loston, who, as you mentioned, Shannon, she's pitching a very efficient ball game.
She is, and, you know, again, considering she's been, I'll wait till this drops.
Yep.
There we go.
And there it dropped right into the glove of the center fielder.
She's been playing the outfield for the past, season or 2 here. I know she was a pitcher, in her younger years playing travel ball.
Right.
And but to come in this year and after Casey graduated and kind of look at everybody and say, yes, I can step in the circle and I'm willing to do this for my team and give some innings. You can't ask for much more than that. First of all, just of a player to be unselfish like that and give of herself.
Riddle in the gap. No, the right fielder drifts over, and Gabby Barron makes the catch. 2 outs.
So, again, credit to Peyton Loston just for being that person for her team and stepping up into the circle and getting the job done.
That's the first time Riddle's been retired by Loston. She was 2 for 2 and scored 2 of the 3 runs for DMA. And with 2 outs and the bases clean, it brings up the pitcher Shinkowski. She's 0 for 2. popped it up. Foul and out of play. Shinkowski has popped up to the first baseman and flied out to left field in her 2 appearances. Caravel's next game will be Saturday. They're going to be right back here. They'll host Sussex Tech from the Henlopen Conference. As a matter of fact, it'll be the first of 5 consecutive home games for the Buccaneers, who are back-ended on road games this season. They'll play 5 of their final 6 on the road. That pitch gets a strike zone right at the bottom of the zone.
And that's tough when the schedule gets kind of bunchy like that, where you're home for 5 or 6 games, then you're on the road for 5 or 6 games, and again, barring weather, that could be weeks.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yep. We have a 1-2 count on Shinkowski with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. DMA holding on to a 3-0 lead.
It tends to happen that way with a schedule. I know Henlopen tends to be that way. You get them grouped together, but these non-conference independent schools tend to have a little more flexibility with how they're scheduling home and away.
Right. Peyton Lawston missed down low, so the count is 2-2 now on her counterpart, Shinkowski. Emily looking for her first hit of the game. Ground ball left side, and that's a fair ball. There'll be her first hit of the game. Just got between the third baseman and that foul line. That's the 5th hit of the game for DMA, and now we have a little meeting in the circle. And I think they brought in a runner for Shinkowski. Trying to get the number. And now we'll have the entire infield get together here. Okay, so the new player is Ava Miller. She's the runner at first for Shinkowski. So Miller is a 2-out base runner. I keep elbowing you.
You're fine.
And the catcher Moran is up. She's 1 for 2, scored a run. Not sure what all that was about. But Lawston stays in the game there in the circle. And here's the catcher, Alicia Moran. Popped up, back behind the plate, out of play. As we're just about rid of that sun glare, Shannon.
I'm sure the players are happy about that.
Yeah. Took almost 4.5 innings, but the sun now setting over the tree line behind us here at Caravel Academy Softball Diamond. Ground ball. That's foul on the left side, so 0-2 on Moran. It looks like Lawston has changed up what she wants to do with Moran. She's jamming her up on this.
Yeah, well, she's 1 for 2 tonight. She had one of those doubles out to left field and then had a 5-3 out. She has been hitting to the left side, so she's definitely timing that up. That's a shot.
Yeah, that's way foul, though.
But foul.
Just a little bit ahead of that pitch. Count holds it 0-2. I think we just heard our producer, Nick Halliday, talking to Emily Shinkowski's mother, saying it is Madison Penta's mother that's coaching her daughter. Another foul ball left side. Count holding at 0-2.
Maddie Penta pitched at Bow Manor, just got done pitching at Auburn, so she's back, I guess, around coaching some of these pitchers we'll see in high school around here. Absolute stud pitcher.
Oh, man. heck of a career at Bow Manor High School. I think she won the state championship every year. And that one's in the dirt. A ball on 2 strikes, trying to get Moran to chase. My granddaughter got to play travel ball with Maddie Penta. Lost and ready to go, 1-2 pitch. 2 outs, runner on first. That was in the dirt. And they're going to move the runner up. There's a play, and she's safe. That's the pinch runner, Ava Miller. She's down at second now. And a 2-2 count on Moran. Now here's where you got to be really careful if you're Sinkowski, because Moran has been peppering that ball to the left side. She's going to bring a run home if she can keep it fair. There is a deep fly ball to left field. It's going to stay in the park, and it's foul.
And again, we talk quality at bats. That's number 6. So 6 pitches seen by Moran from Lawston. And I think she and Zeta Rock just have to get on sync together here about what they want to do with this next pitch.
See, the breeze has picked up a little bit more as well. I see the flag in center.
You jinxed us. You said there was no breeze earlier.
Yeah, well, the sun's gone down, and here it comes. Well, that missed, so the count's full. Lawson trying to get out of a jam here in the top of the 5th without any more damage.
Payoff pitch here from Lawston.
Fly ball, deep left. Left fielder has a beat on it, makes the catch. That's Abby Russell out there for the final out of the top of the 5th. To the bottom of the 5th we go, still 3-0 DMA. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here at Caravel Academy. The home team Buccaneers trail DMA by a score of 3-0. Bottom third of the order coming up here for the Buccaneers, and it'll be the pitcher, Peyton Lawston, leading it off. She singled her only time at bat. Fouls one straight back. She'll be followed by Barron and Aerosmith. Sinkowski ready with the 0-1 pitch. Now she backs away. And now the batter will back out.
Umpire just throws his arms up like,
yeah, little
what's
cat
going
and mouse
on?
game here.
I think they're just trying to get the correct signal into the pitcher, that's all.
Another one fouled straight back. Lost it in the hole, 0-2. She ran the count to 2-2 before she got her single back in the second inning. Chikowski's ready. Just missed. And a lot of oohs and ahs around the ballpark.
Well, interestingly enough, we watch a pitch like that go in with a no call, but then he calls that one that's really in the low part of the zone tonight that we've seen a lot of batters just take, and he's called a lot of strikes on. And again, every game is, a new game. Every umpire is a different person. You have to figure out how to make them happy for sure. It's one of the challenges as a pitcher is making the umpires happy.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Had missed outside. So once again, Peyton Lawson runs the count to 2-2 in her at bat. And now we're going to have a meeting at the circle. Now, once again, we had a couple of finals from earlier today down in the Henlopen Conference involving top 10 teams. Number 10 ranked Del Mar in our latest rankings. Improved to 3-1 with a 4-0 shutout win over Woodbridge. And 7th ranked Polytech with a mild upset over 4th ranked Sussex Central. 10-4 the final in that one. So the Panthers will be moving up the rankings going into next week. And Sussex Central might drop a tad. Golden Knights now 2-1. Panthers now 3-0. Caravel's next game Saturday right here. They host Sussex Tech.
Appoquinimink picked up a win today, 15-1 over Christiana High School. They're in our top 10 as well.
Yep. They're now 3-0. Swing and a miss. And that little meeting in the circle worked. Shinkowski gets a strikeout to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings up Gabby Barron. She was a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning, her only at bat. Arrow Smith is on deck, pending a pinch hitter.
That is Shinkowski's 5th strikeout of the night.
On the last 4 innings. Just missed at the bottom of the zone.
What I find interesting, Glenn, is the more I watch Shinkowski pitch, timing her up has to be a little bit of a challenge for these pitchers. There is just ever so slightly a little, what I call a hitch, right? There's just a little delay at the top of her motion, and then she delivers the ball. So when batters time pitchers, we like to say, like, she starts, you start. But there's just a little delay. There's just a little hitch in her motion that could create some timing issues for some hitters.
Well, she got the call that time at the bottom of the zone, so it's a 1-1 count. Ground ball right side. Second baseman will field it over to first. Out number 2. And that goes Lexi Miller over to Bella Roberts. And it brings up the bottom of the order, the designated player, Emily Aerosmith, Kaylee Aerosmith. I want to check the number, make sure they didn't get a pinch. No.
Can't see around the first
baseman. First baseman is right in the way.
I know. I wish I could help you, but I can't see.
Might have to stand. Sikowski's first pitch, swing and a miss. That indeed is Aerosmith up the bat, the freshman. Shinkowski trying to retire her 6th in a row. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Shinkowski and the Seahawks up 3-0. And a swing and a miss. Another strikeout in a 1-2-3 inning. We're through 5 here at Caravel. It's DMA 3 and the Buccaneers nothing here on 302 Sports.
That your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-48.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy.
But have you tried Premier?
Top of the 6th, getting ready to get upon us here at Caravel Academy. Lights are on, sun just about completely set, and the temperature dropped a tad. I think I checked, Shannon, we were going to play the end of this game in the upper 40s.
Oh, yeah, it's dropped just a little bit. It's a little chilly.
But Thursday, it's going to be back near 80.
It's okay. We'll take it. It is softball season. I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Top of the 6th for DMA, leading off the left fielder Spence, and she's 2 for 2. Has a double, 2 RBIs, and an RBI single. She's knocked in all 3 runs.
And we have the pitching change for Caravel. This is now Kaylee Aerosmith.
Okay. So she takes over here in the 6th inning. Give them something different to look at. She's behind in the count to Spence, 2-0. Kayla Spence, the left fielder, having one heck of a game at the plate. Fouled that one back and out of play. A little late on that one. 2-1 count.
We look at the numbers for Peyton Lawson, who's just exited the circle for Caravel. Gave up 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 runs, 1 walk. Not a bad outing.
No, not bad at all. Another foul back. 2-2 count now on Spence, as Aerosmith has battled back here. Aerosmith ready to deal here. And that's popped up left side, foul territory, caught over there by the third baseman, Katie Penant, for out number 1. That'll bring up Montgomery, the right fielder. 0 for 2 today. She's put the ball in play twice. Grounded out to third and was retired by the first baseman on a pop-up.
And I'll tell you, Katie Penant's done a nice job over there at third base for Caravel. She's been busy tonight.
Second baseman Miller is on deck for DMA. Now she steps out. The umpire's trying to get something straight with the scorer's table. Now it looks like we're ready to go.
When we talked earlier, the scoreboard's just been a hair behind from time to time, so I think he's just trying to make sure everything is up to date.
Actually, I think we've got a pinch hitter, and that's probably what the change was. Looks like number 7. Number 7 for DMA, so that's, we don't have her on the website for sports roster.
We do not. We do have 3 extra names listed, but they do not have jersey numbers. She's in the hole 0-2.
Held off that off-speed pitch. So a ball and 2 strikes. So this is not Montgomery. Swing and a miss at the top of the zone. There's a strikeout for Arrow Smith, out number 2, and that brings up what should be the second baseman, Miller. Let's check and make sure. And it is Miller. Miller's 0 for 2, lined out to the shortstop and was caught looking. There's a ground ball right up the middle on a base hit. So Miller is a 2-out base runner for Roberts, who has walked and grounded out to first.
And I will say all night tonight, credit to DMA hitters. They have had this patient aggressiveness to them. When they see a pitch they like, they have gone after it. They have not done a lot of chasing of pitches out of the zone. They have done their fair share of fouling balls off, but they really have done a good job of just kind of being that quiet, patient, aggressive hitter.
Swing and a miss. I think Aerosmith took something off of that pitch.
And I think that comes with the fact that we see a lot of 11th and 12th graders on the roster.
There you go. 1-1 count on Roberts with Miller, a 2-out base runner at first. She got the 7th hit of the game for the Seahawks. Another swing and a miss. Roberts in the hole, 1-2. Roberts officially 0 for 1. She walked her first at bat, then grounded out to the first baseman. And that's a called third strike. That will end the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th we go. It's still 3-0 DMA. Bottom of the 6th inning here. Caravel Academy trying to take that goose egg off the board, trailing 3-0. It's the top of the order, and Leah Richardson.
And again, you know, DMA jumped out early.
And there's a little punch shot out in the left field, and she leads off with her first hit of the game.
Aside from the first inning, Glenn, when DMA jumped out with those 2 runs right away, you know, this has been a great ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Peyton Lawson did a great job in the circle for Caravel. She hasn't pitched in her high school career here. So, you know, big time credit to her. You know, I don't know what to say. The scoreboard doesn't show how well some of these kids have played tonight on the side of Caravel. And certainly DMA has just done a great job here. Shinkowski in the circle has been absolutely stellar.
Yeah. Katie Panan takes a called strike. Richardson, the leadoff batter, down at first.
And when Caravel puts the ball in play, her defense has been solid behind her tonight. It's all you can ask for.
Fouled back. So Penan is in the hole, 0-2. She singled at 2 at-bats, 1 for 2 in the game. And the ever-dangerous Zeta Rock on deck. So if Caravel's going to have a shot, here's where they need to do it.
Put 2 runners on and put Zeta at the plate. Is that what you're saying?
Something like that. That would be the recipe for getting that goose egg off the scoreboard.
It could be. Could be.
Right at the top of the zone, good check swing. 1-2 count on Penan. Took a lot of patience to take that pitch. Szynkowski ready to deal. Off-speed pitch. Just missed. A lot of oohs and ahs again.
That looked like a nice pitch from our vantage point.
Evens the count at 2-2.
Richardson on first has some speed.
Count holds at 2-2 on a foul. Yeah, Richardson does. I think the first base coach was thinking about, should I send her on that single? I think he really wanted her to take 2, and I think alertly she held up. Lead off runner at first, you're losing 3-0. You want to get thrown out at second.
Well, that's true. You don't want to run yourself, on the bases. You don't want to run yourself out of outs.
Throw down to first, not in time, but the count's now full. So what a battle here by Penan.
It's a great quality at bat by Penan as well. It's pitch number 6 that she has seen. And this will be a payoff pitch.
Szynkowski was ready. She steps off the rubber. And then a little cat and mouse game as Penan stepped out. Now Szynkowski's ready. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for her. But now the dangerous Rock comes up with a runner on first and 1 out.
Zeta has made good contact tonight. It's just been where outfielders could have enough hang time to get underneath of it. She cuts the ball in half and gets more of a line drive to a gap somewhere. She could do some damage.
Yeah, they're going to have a little meeting right now in the circle.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're talking about, the potential that Zeta Rock has to be that game changer.
By my account, that was Szynkowski's 7th strikeout of the game.
Correct.
As we're
8.
Twilight upon us now, a crescent moon above us. And the meeting in the circle still going on. And now they disperse. And here's a key moment in this ball game. 1 out. Richardson at first. Zeta Rock has doubled and flied out to right.
And we see the outfielders deep as we have seen them tonight, Glenn. They are almost on the warning track.
Smart, keep everything in front. There it is, sky high. Fly ball to right field again, now running in, making the count and then dropping it. They're going to get the force out at second, though, because she had to go back to first. So that's going to go down, I believe, if you agree with me, E9.
Agreed.
And then 9 to, I guess that was 4 covering second or short?
I think it was short.
Okay. So Rock is on, but they got a force there for out number 2. And that brings up Kenzie Hunter. She's singled in 2 at-bats.
They'll bring the courtesy runner back out for Rock, the catcher.
That's number 24 again. That's Mila McDonough, the 8th grader. Kenzie Hunter, I believe she had a line shot right down the left field line when she got her hit. And then she got doubled off. First pitch missed low. McDonough looks like she has some speed.
She does.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
2 outs, no hurt in taking the big lead. She's got really good timing coming off the bag with the pitcher. And that is something that comes with practice. You can tell that's something they have worked on. I feel like base running is like special teams in football, right?
Yeah.
It's something that's so important, and games are won and lost on base running mistakes, but sometimes overlooked in the practice aspect.
I'm glad you brought that up because you and I were texting each other. We did that game at Goldie Beacom. In that game, we had twice. We had a situation where runner was on third and left early on a fly ball, and that's a cardinal sin.
It's crazy, especially at that level, to think that those mistakes are being made.
That 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. And one of those instances ended the game. It was the bottom or top of the 7th for Bowie State.
Listen, softball is very popular. Flip on ESPN and watch it, and you will see the top-level Division I athletes still make base running mistakes. And that's why I say.
There's a line shot right to second baseman. And that will end the 6th inning. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's still DMA, 3-0.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us.
Well, here we go, the 7th inning, final inning of regulation here. And DMA will have Mirando leading off and then the top of the order, as they're up 3-0 over Caravel Academy.
This will be the 2nd inning that we see Kaylee Aerosmith in the circle for Caravel after a great outing by Peyton Lawston. I know I say that with the scoreboard at 3-0 in favor of DMA, but she really did come out and pitch pretty well outside of the 1st inning where they scored those 2 runs. And then on that one mishap play where the ball was lost in the sun. And we don't have any word yet on the condition of Peyton Rice, so we're still hoping she's okay after taking that ball. I think it did hit her glove before it.
A good thing.
It kind of got her in the face, but hoping she's okay.
Aerosmith ahead 0-2 on Mirando, and she gets her swinging for a quick out here, and that brings up the top of the order, the center fielder, Gracie Goad, who has flied out, struck out, and grounded out. She's 0 for 3.
3rd strikeout for Aerosmith so far.
There's a fly ball left side that might go out of play, and it does. So Goad in the hole, 0-1.
And again, first time this part of the lineup is seeing Aerosmith.
I have 5 hits for Caravel, 7 for DMA. Line shot just over the head of the first baseman. And there's the first hit of the game for Goad. And hit number 8 for DMA.
And that ball really died when it hit the grass. Had to see 31 Gabby Barron really charge that.
They had to hold her at first. Now the shortstop, Abby Riddle. She's 2 for 3, scored 2 of the 3 runs for DMA. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss on a pitch at the top of the zone. And quickly, Aerosmith ahead 0-2.
Aerosmith, from what we know of from last year, gets great movement, great spin on the ball. When she's on, she's on. And can make that ball move.
Shot. Oh, caught by the third baseman and
Nice.
a double play at first.
Nice heads-up play by Penand to go over to first for the double play.
And that will end the top of the seventh. So we go to the bottom of the seventh. DMA needs 3 outs to secure this win. They lead 3-0.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning as we see Abby Russell step in the box. Oh, just a little dribbler right in front of the plate, fielded by the catcher. So Abby Russell goes down.
Nice play by Alicia Moran to hop up there from her catching position to make the play.
That should bring Taylor Myers to the plate.
It should be.
Who's the first baseman that replaced Peyton Rice earlier this evening.
And indeed, that is correct. She takes low for a ball. Now, I just checked with Emily Shinkowski's mother, so we're good if DMA holds on to this lead to get a couple of players out here for our post-game interview. And then they started getting on me saying, shut up, you're jinxing it. You're going to jinx it. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Swing and a miss.
They don't understand we have to be prepared.
Yes. Yeah.
I know pitchers' parents. Like, I understand that. But
right.
And they all sit on pins and needles till it's over. I understand.
Shinkowski toes up the rubber. And missed low. 2-1 count on Myers. Peyton lost and would be the scheduled batter on deck. Peyton has one of Caravel's 5 hits in the game. Myers fouls that one back. That'll even the count at 2-2.
Shinkowski working the outside corner of the plate.
Now, Shannon, are you a football fan?
I am. Of course I am.
There was supposed to be going to be a big vote today in the NFL as to whether the Eagles' brotherly shove play would no longer be legal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's crazy, but...
Well, I'm not an Eagles fan, so that doesn't bother me.
Oh, they tabled it?
Yep.
Okay. Just heard from our producer, Nick Halliday.
Yep, they tabled
I'm not an Eagles fan, so that doesn't go either way for me.
Okay. Well,
Doesn't matter.
Who do you follow in the NFL?
You don't want to know.
Not
Agreed.
Dallas.
Nick says you don't want to know.
Not Dallas.
Of course, the only
Oh, jeez.
team in America. Come on. America's team.
Yeah, what have they done for you lately?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. So that tells you how big of a fan I am, that I'm still a fan when they stink as bad as they do.
We know how Jerry Jones' vote would go.
They stink. They're terrible, but it's okay.
Meanwhile, back to softball.
I've been a Cowboys fan since I was little. I'm going to ride that out. That's all I'm going to say.
Still 2-2 count on Taylor Myers, who came in for Peyton Rice. She took the off-speed pitch for a okay ball. I thought she was starting to walk to the dugout.
Count. Great quality at bat here for Taylor Myers. Payoff pitch here from Shinkowski.
There's
nice
in
shot.
Play, and it's caught by the center fielder for out number 2. Nice swing by Myers, but a good play by Gracie Goad. And DMA is 1 out away from a victory. Peyton Loston. Well, no, it would be Aerosmith, though, right? Well,
No,
she's
they
the
were in the DP
That's
flex.
right. That's right.
And it is too late in the night for me to get into how that rule works. That's for another day.
Okay.
We'll explain that to everyone some other time.
Peyton's 1 for 2 tonight. And as we've mentioned several times, she pitched a heck of a game. Takes a called strike.
Don't mess up the mojo, dude.
Here's, no. That missed high and outside. Ball and a strike. Shinkowski's ready. And that one's hit foul and out of play. Caravel now down to their final strike. A ball and 2 strikes on Peyton Loston.
Payoff pitch here for Shinkowski. Loston trying to extend the inning here.
Another foul out of play. So we'll reset. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases clean. Shinkowski on the rubber. Fly ball, and it's going to be an in for a hit. Second hit of the game for Loston. And she keeps the hopes alive for Caravel. A 2-out base runner should bring up Gabby Barron, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Let's see if coach is going to make a change here. He's looking at his score sheet.
And that's just a nice piece of hitting by Peyton Loston. Nice quality at bat.
We're going to have a runner here for Peyton.
That little gap-to-gap theory of hitting. Find some grass. She's really done a great job for her team tonight.
I couldn't pick that number up. It will be Gabby Barron at the plate. She's 0 for 2, struck out, grounded out to second. Umpire ready now after he checked with the scorer's table. First pitch missed a little high and outside.
And number 25 is Paige Loston, the little sister
Hey,
of Peyton Loston.
how about that?
Running for her sister. Look at that.
Fly ball coming out to right field. Right there to make the catch and end the game is Ellie Montgomery. And DMA comes away with the win with a final score of 3-0. Now let's take a short break. We're going to try to get the winning pitcher out here for an interview, Emily Shinkowski. We'll be back after this on 302 Sports.
2. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust.
I don't have anything to do
Local
with that.
people,
That's Nick's deal.
Are you still
local
running commercials,
decisions.
or we're good?
Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live.
You can thank
it's
your
where
coach
you
for
belong.
that.
We got
At
phonetic
Dover
spelling.
Federal
Thank you for
Credit
that.
Union,
Here, let's get
we
you
understand what it means to be local. We started
Okay.
here, and we're not going anywhere.
That's good.
We're as local as it gets, and we like it that
You
way.
guys can stand with each other.
We're
for
not
moral
just a
support if you
financial
like.
institution.
Yeah.
We are
Absolutely.
the local credit union that you can trust. Local people,
Now, you like,
local
you like to be
decisions.
called Kayla?
Dover
Yes. Okay.
Federal Credit Union. Your home,
Yep.
your community. It's not just where you,
can stand
live,
together, it's fine.
it's where you belong.
You'll have to
At
swap the
Dover
headset at
Federal
some point.
Credit
You can
Union,
stand for
we
moral
understand
support.
what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're
Back here on the post-game show, I'm Glenn Fraser along with Shannon Timmons. Final score, DMA 3, Caravel nothing. And we have our players of the game wearing the 302 bling bling. And let's start with Kayla Spence. Kayla, 2 for 3. You knocked in all 3 runs. Tell me about your approach against their pitching staff.
Well, I kind of watched the people that went in front of me, and I knew she was trying to throw inside, so I backed off the plate a little bit and hunted my pitch. I waited for the right count, tried to fight my way to where I was going to get a strike thrown to me, and I just hunted my pitch and tried to drive it.
Well, you did a good job of that.
And how do you handle the pressure of knowing that you're that person with runners on and what your approach is just mentally approaching that position?
I really didn't feel any pressure. I'm trying to do it for my teammates, trying to put my team in a better position. So I kind of just had some confidence and tried to find my pitch.
All right, you girls improved to 2-1 with the win over Caravel. How sweet is it to get a win over the Buccaneers, a perennial state champion?
I'm not going to lie. It feels amazing. That's a good team right there. Nobody expecting us to win. They're ranked number 1, ranked 7. So feels great.
All right, I'm going to get you to switch the headset there to our winning pitcher. And Ms. Shinkowski, we were given your phonetic pronunciation beforehand by the coaching staff, and we thank them for that. And a great outing for you tonight, a shutout, 7 strikeouts, I think, right, Shannon?
Yep.
Talk about what your approach was to the Caravel offense.
So initial approach was just to stay outside, work inside if they were starting to get on it. When I did go inside, screwball wasn't great, so I relied a lot on the outside curveball and up every once in a while just to change their eye level, as well as to change their eye level with the low pitch.
And what's your favorite pitch that you go to when you know it's a full count, you absolutely need that strike, and how you're working with your catcher? What's your favorite pitch to go to?
Definitely curve, probably.
It's hard to tell for us out here. That's why
Yeah.
I'm asking. Our viewpoint's not great. I did have the fortunate, benefit to see you pitch at Smyrna last year, so I know a little bit about you. But congratulations to both of
Thank
you.
you.
Great team win, and we look forward to seeing you the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations to you both. There it is, the law firm of Spence and Chinkowski as DMA comes away with a 3-0 win. Thanks, girls. That'll
Thank
wrap
you.
it up here on the post-game show for Nick Halliday and Christopher Widener, Hollywood, and Shannon Timmons. I'm Glenn Frazier. So long from Caravel. Once again, the final, DMA 3 and the Buccaneers 0.